Growing onions in Florida can be tricky, but if you do it the right way, Zone 9 gives you huge, sweet bulbs, while the rest of the country is still shoveling snow. Onions might look simple, but in Zone 9, they demand timing, patience, and the right approach from start to finish. The good news is, once you understand what they need, they practically grow themselves through our mild winters. In this video, I'll walk you through the entire process: when to plant, how to prepare your soil, the best varieties for our short winter days, and exactly how to harvest and cure them so they last for months. Whether you're filling a raised bed for the first time or refining your garden for bigger bulbs, this guide will give you the ground truth on growing onions successfully right here in Zone 9. Let's get started. Timing and variety. Selection growing onions in Zone 9 starts with timing, and timing here is everything. You can't just drop bulbs in the ground whenever you feel like it and expect a harvest. In Florida's warm winters, onions need to start early enough to form bulbs before the days get too long, but late enough that the heat doesn't stunt their growth. For most of Zone 9, that sweet spot runs from late October through mid-December. If you're near the coast or deep south, lean toward the early end. Inland gardeners can wait until around Thanksgiving. Those mild winter weeks are when onions quietly build their leaf count, and each leaf becomes one future ring inside the bulb. More leaves mean fatter onions, so this cool season growth period decides your final yield long before you ever see a bulb swell. Equally critical is choosing the right day length type. In the south, that means short day onions. These begin bulbing when daylight reaches about 10 to 12 hours, something that happens here in early spring. Long day onions, by contrast, need 14 to 16 hours of light and simply refuse to bulb this far south. They'll just sit there, sulking, until the heat finishes them off. A few strong short day performers for Zone 9 include Texas 1015Y, Yellow Granex, the famous Vidalia type, Southern Belle Red, and White Granex. If you want non-stop green onions, grow evergreen bunching. They'll handle the entire winter season, starting from seed. Sow 8 to 10 weeks before transplanting, usually August or September, using sets or nursery transplants. Tuck them in as soon as nighttime soil temperatures slide below 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep them moist but not soggy during establishment. Get those two details, timing and variety, right, and onions become one of the easiest crops in a Zone 9 garden. Miss either one, and you'll be staring at a patch of skinny green threads instead of a pantry full of bulbs. Next, we'll set the stage beneath those bulbs by building soil that drains fast but holds food. The balance zone 9 onions crave. Soil prep and bed setup onions aren't picky about much, but they're absolutely ruthless about one thing: drainage. In Zone 9, where a single afternoon storm can turn a bed into soup, the right soil prep makes the difference between crisp bulbs and a smelly patch of rot. Think loose, fast draining, and never compacted. Start by building up your bed at least 8 inches above ground level. Raised beds make life easier here, especially metal ones like the powder-coated Vigo garden systems I use. They let excess rain escape, keep soil temperatures steadier, and save your back when it's time to weed or harvest. If you've been meaning to upgrade, check the link in the description. I've got one there for you. Now let's talk texture. Onions love crumbly, sandy loam soil that holds moisture just long enough to stay evenly damp. Mix equal parts native sand, compost, and a fine textured topsoil blend. If your soil tends toward clay, add pine bark fines or coarse sand to loosen it. The goal is for water to move through easily but not vanish the instant it touches the surface. Nutrients matter, but onions aren't heavy feeders at first. Before planting, work in 2 to 3 inches of well-decomposed compost and a balanced starter fertilizer, such as October 10th 10 at the rate recommended on the bag. Go easy. Too much nitrogen too early produces lush leaves but tiny bulbs. You'll boost the feed later when they're ready to swell. Keep pH between 6 and 6.8. In most of Florida, that means lightly dusting the bed with garden lime once a season. If you've never tested your soil, it's worth doing at least once. Onions respond quickly when the chemistry is right. Finally, level the surface and create shallow rows or a gentle grid pattern about a foot apart. That setup ensures airflow, keeps foliage dry, and simplifies watering later on. With the soil tuned and draining like it should, the next step is getting the onions into it. Spacing, depth, and direction all matter more than you'd think. Planting technique. Once your bed's ready, it's time to plant. Whether you're using seeds, sets, or transplants, onions reward precision. Each small choice, depth, spacing, direction, affects how big those bulbs will grow later. If you're starting from seed, sow them about a 1/4 inch deep and keep the surface evenly moist until sprouting. Thin them gently once they reach pencil thickness, leaving about 4 inches between plants. Starting this way gives you the widest variety options, but it takes patience and good light. For most Zone 9 gardeners, transplants are the sweet spot. They save time, eliminate early season losses, and fit beautifully into raised beds. Plant each one just deep enough that the white portion of the stem is buried, but the green shoots stay above soil level, roughly 1 inch. Any deeper, and you risk rot. Spacing matters more than most people realize. Give each onion at least 4 to 6 inches in every direction. Crowded bulbs stay small and are harder to cure. If you like green onions, you can plant extra close at first. Then pull a few young ones for the kitchen as you thin. Rows should be about 12 inches apart to allow airflow and light. If you're using drip irrigation, run the tape right alongside each row so the water hits the root zone, not the leaves. Onions hate wet foliage and reward you for keeping it dry. When placing your transplants, orient the green tops toward the same direction. It might seem pointless, but when all the leaves lean the same way, they shade the soil evenly and resist wind better. Little touches like that can make your rows look neat and grow stronger. After planting, water well to settle soil around the roots. Then back off until the surface starts to dry. Onions like consistency, not sogginess. Within a week or two, you'll see steady new growth. That's your signal the roots are grabbing hold. Now that they're in the ground and growing, we'll look at how to feed and water them through the season to get bulbs that actually fill your hands instead of just your pantry dreams. Water and feeding. Now that your onions are settled in, the goal is steady growth. Never fast and furious, never dry and desperate. Onions are shallow-rooted plants, and in Zone 9's mix of sudden rain and blazing sun, they depend on you to even things out. Start by aiming for about 1 inch of water per week, counting rainfall. Consistency is key. Too much water all at once, and you'll drown the roots. Too little, and the bulbs stall halfway to maturity. If the top inch of soil feels dry, it's time to water. Early morning is best. Cooler temps let the moisture soak in before the sun pulls it away. Drip irrigation or a low soaker hose works best. Sprinklers splash the leaves, which invites fungal diseases like purple blotch or downy mildew. Keep the water right at the soil line so every drop goes to the roots. In raised beds, water may drain a bit faster, so check often during hot or windy weeks. Fertilizing onions is a two-phase job. The first phase is leaf production, and this is where nitrogen matters most. Every leaf equals a future ring in your bulb, so the more you grow early, the larger the onion gets. Once your plants are about 6 inches tall, side dress them with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer, something like 2100, about every 2 weeks. Sprinkle it in a band a few inches from the plants and water it in right away. When the day length starts to increase and you see bulbs begin to swell, switch gears. Too much nitrogen now keeps them in leaf-making mode instead of bulbing. At that point, change to a balanced fertilizer. 10-10-10 works fine. Or use compost tea or fish emulsion every couple of weeks until the tops start falling over naturally. If your soil tends toward low sulfur, and many Florida sands do, a light dose of garden sulfur halfway through the season deepens flavor and helps ward off rot. Keep weeds down with light hand pulling or shallow hoeing, but avoid disturbing the bulbs. Onions dislike root competition and compacted soil. With food and water dialed in, your plants will start thickening fast. Next, we'll cover the payoff phase, knowing exactly when to harvest and how to cure onions so they last for months instead of days. After months of steady care, onions signal they're ready in one unmistakable way. Their necks weaken and the tops flop over. That's your cue that bulbing is complete. Resist the urge to pull them the moment you see it. Let them sit right where they are for another week so the outer skins can tighten and dry a bit. If heavy rain is forecast, go ahead and harvest early to keep the bulbs from splitting or molding in the ground. To harvest, loosen the soil gently with a fork or trowel instead of yanking the plants. Lift them by the base, not the greens. Bulbs bruise easily, and a single nick can shorten storage life dramatically. Shake off excess dirt, but don't wash them yet. Moisture is your enemy during curing. Lay the onions in a single layer on a dry surface out of direct sun. A covered porch, carport, or well-ventilated shed works perfectly. Spread them on wire racks, cardboard, or old window screens so air can reach every side. Warm, dry air between 75 and 90 degrees encourages the papery skins to form. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, the necks will shrivel, the outer layers turn golden and crisp, and the scent will mellow from raw to sweet. That's when you know they're cured. Once cured, trim the roots and cut the tops back to about an inch. Or braid them if you like the traditional look. Store finished bulbs in mesh bags, crates, or baskets where air circulates freely. Never seal them in plastic. A cool, dark closet or pantry around 60 degrees keeps them firm for months. Check occasionally and remove any soft ones before they spread decay. If you grew short day types like Texas 1015Y or Granix, expect a shelf life of roughly 3 months. Sweet varieties store less time, but the flavor more than makes up for it. That's it, the complete onion cycle in Zone 9. For more harvests like this, subscribe to Ground Truth Gardening. And if you want a durable, deep raised bed, like the one I showed earlier, check the link in the description to learn more about the Vigo garden beds I use myself. They've held up through every storm and growing season so far. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Ground Truth Gardening.